Cash Nation, me and Affected Red back to another banger. What are you watching tonight, Ginger?
We're watching Mickey 17.
You excited?
Bro, I'm hella hyped.
I think you're more hyped than I am, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Did you watch trailers? You watched both trailers or just one trailer?
I just watched one of them.
Okay. So far, let's go 1 to 10. What are you feeling now?
I don't know. I'm feeling like this is a very anticipated movie. It's got good reviews. Now, I will say I've seen Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, I love the concept, but I worry that it may like be too much of a copy of other movies.
Well, you know that this is an Edge of Tomorrow. This is basically a guy that's being cloned constantly.
Yeah, but it's like the same kind of concept when it comes to dying, coming back to life.
I see where you're coming from. This is the first movie I'm watching in March. Same for you, right?
Right.
This is the first movie for you this year?
I think so.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
In IMAX at North Lake, where the best theaters at possible. So let's walk into Mickey 17 and tell you good or bad the film is. So we just saw Mickey 17. How'd y'all feel about it?
Man, what a letdown. This director was said to have never made a bad movie until now. I didn't know if it was going to be a sci-fi movie, comedy,
Yeah,
romance,
yeah.
a team-up movie,
Yeah.
or all three combined.
Yeah.
It didn't know either. Parts of the movie, it started at one plot,
Yeah.
just totally dropped it, never went back to it, so it was just very confusing.
I thought, all right, 2 pointers I'll make in this movie. I'll say there is a very loud scene that happens a couple times that I didn't care for. I thought that they should reduce that volume. I had to like cover my ears on the second time. I was like, this is way too loud. There's also a cutscene near the end. They could have taken that out and reduced the time 15 minutes. I feel like I wasted 15 minutes of my life with that cutscene.
Did you like it?
Overall, I really did like the movie, but I thought there were just different parts that were like, the story was one thing and then it just led into like this whole alien ordeal. It was interesting how that was executed, but like he said, like it was like so many different genres in one movie. I had so many feelings going on. I don't know if I would watch it again unless I'm with friends.
Yeah, no. I think that the biggest thing this movie has an issue with is that it doesn't know what it wants to be. There's too many cooks in the kitchen like every other movie like this is. One minute it's trying to be comedy, then a sci-fi like you said, then a romantic film. I love what this director did with making a particular character sound a lot like a political figure.
Oh yeah. I wanted to say something about that. That was very interesting.
It took me a couple of times to be like, what's going on here? And then he pointed out to me, and after he pointed out to me, I couldn't unsee it, you know? I will say this much. I mean, the coming back to life and dying is interesting. It is.
That was very unique. I thought that was
Yeah.
going to be set apart from everything else.
But it doesn't last long, unfortunately. Like, once we get the doubles involved, it just drops it off completely, unfortunately. And we didn't have this little romance that doesn't really matter to the plot overall. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was well shot.
Yeah. Camera work, everything was great with that.
Yeah. Some comedy did hit for me, some obviously missed. I could say that much. I would say this is a who would have made this. This is not a absolutely god awful film that should never been made to begin with. There are some solid parts to it. I think we can all agree for sure. But like I said, it's just 1 minute it's like we're kissing, we're fighting, aliens. It's too much going on at once. Let's focus on one specific thing. And there was a couple of things, like, I don't understand why we had one character that could have been a good villain just sidelined the whole time. Would I watch it again? I would, probably. What about you?
I'll see it tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Hey, you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'm with the ladies.
Yeah.
See, I'm like stuck between, if I were to give it a rating, I'm stuck between like a 5 and 8. So I'd say like maybe a 7.
I was about to say, I definitely would give this an 8. I definitely wouldn't. There's so many parts of Mark Ruffalo's character that really annoyed the crap out of me.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it was just supposed to annoy you, though.
Yeah, it was so
It was supposed to be annoying.
Yeah,
The same with his wife was also supposed to be
I
annoying.
hated her. I hated her.
yeah.
You're supposed to.
And it's just the third act alone. Like, we had this world we're on, these creatures we're inhabiting with, trying to deal with.
And one thing I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
One thing I never understood.
Yeah,
They were going across all these galaxies, traveling to settle a new world. And they pick a world that is barren and ice.
yeah.
They would go somewhere warm and tropical.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. What kind of just bugged me about science fiction.
I got a question for y'all. At any point in the film, not to really spoil the film overall for y'all, but was there a conclusion of any kind as to if Mickey dying so many times did anything overall for the plot?
At one point, the plot did change from him dying over and over to just being alive for like the rest of the movie.
Yeah,
And I thought the main point of the movie was that he was supposed to die over and over again.
Well, I think they were doing experiments on him.
yeah.
There was experiments like the plague,
The virus.
the virus, and radiation,
Yeah,
everything else, and that stopped. So that's why he stopped dying.
I feel like I missed that. I missed that point. I
Yeah.
didn't. I was like, why are they doing these experiments? But that does make sense.
Yeah, because they brought him along to be the guinea pig. They sent him out around the planet. Keep your breaths in, or you're dying.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
what's going to happen? Do it
Yeah.
again and again and again. And I thought they wrote through that also, like where he would return to like a super Mickey.
It's basically like, okay, we're gonna put you through a bunch of scenarios that will probably end lethally so we get the right result, if you will.
Like so somehow his body would like evolve somehow.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
say overall the storytelling was pretty good. Like earlier, I did mention something about it being similar to Edge of Tomorrow with the concept, but after watching the movie, I take that back. It was a lot different.
Oh
than
yeah,
Edge of
yeah,
Tomorrow.
nowhere near Edge of Tomorrow, no.
It was a similar concept with the dying over and over, but it was completely different from that movie.
There's also some plot holes I don't understand at all.
Yeah, I'm with you there too. Some stuff was like, okay, this is interesting. Okay. Never again.
Certain characters I won't speak of reappearing, which don't even matter to the film, honestly. So many times in the film, what does that feel like? The one thing I have to say this, I dislike the fact there was opportunity to give Mickey a lot more depth to his character with a specific thing that happened in his life, and it's never fully fleshed out. It's never fully explored, if you will.
At the same time that Mickey's portrayed as this lovable loser, and it's kind of like, why does the love interest of the film love him? Like,
Yeah.
what does she see in
Yeah.
him
Yeah,
that loves him so much? What is it about him? We get his point of view, but it's never explored like what she sees in him. Mickey's 17, which is the main Mickey, I guess.
yeah,
He's this lovable, goofy, lovable loser guy. It's
Yeah.
It's like, I thought broken down his character to like, maybe he evolves over time and becomes a better person, grows up, so to speak.
Well, there's one thing I want to point out is that he mentions that anytime a version of him comes back to life, it's a different version.
Right.
So like if I die, come back to life, I'm either a mean guy, a nice guy, uptight guy.
That's always how with 18.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, like 17 was alive so much longer. You thought he would have grown up some and like stopped being this loser guy. It was just odd.
Yeah,
And I will say that there is explicit drugs in the movie that kind of like made it go along with the story and is what caused a lot of the problems, if I'm being honest.
yeah.
So, like, warning, if anyone has a sensitivity to that kind of stuff, then you may not enjoy this movie.
And I will say too, before we wrap this up, of course, is that I really didn't care for some of the dialogue, some of the acting from like the
Yeah.
scientist people. The way that it was just so wooden, like the Jodie Comer performance felt so phoned in. I'm not gonna lie. But final verdict.
I get a 4.
Again, I'll stick to it. 7, maybe 7.5.
Okay. I give it a 7. Stream it or I know you have to watch it again, but you have the option.
I stream it because parts of it is interesting and
Yeah.
original,
Yeah.
but definitely check it out.
Okay.
I mean, if I were to say which one you should choose, then I'd probably say stream it. Don't spend the money on the movies. It's not worth it, especially with the very loud scenes. It was too much for me personally.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Stream it, and as always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe for more. Peace.